Call the meeting to order.
Most gracious Heavenly Father, thank you for giving us the time to come out and do the city's business and just watch over us, dear Lord, and give us wisdom in all of our decisions, and just thank you for all these people that come out to participate in this meeting tonight, dear Lord, and just watch over us. Amen.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Linda Vandenborg.
Here.
Stephen Hills.
Here.
Mayor Kaminsky.
Here.
Brenda Holden. Here. Murray Anderson.
Here.
All present.
Thank you, everybody, for coming. And we have a special guest engineer from Kent Peets. We'll be having you up here in a little while. We'll give you a holler. And everybody else, appreciate you being here. Let's see, we've got the consent agenda first thing, and you guys had time to look that over.
You got questions on the bills? I was going to go through and ask for clarification. Yep. Okay.
Oh, well, we've got you down for that.
Okay.
No, she's asking to clarification of bills is what she's trying to, that's what we're noting.
Well, we're paying it, payment.
Oh, right.
Right.
It's a payment that we really, we're obliged to right now.
Right.
Obligated to, but yeah, if you want,
We'll get on that
it's a
later.
new business, let's see, yeah, we can discuss that with it. We'll satisfy that.
And
All of this here.
Is that on with the budget? Okay, we'll get to that when we actually talk about the budget with that actual department. Yes, ma'am? No, I'm actually, and that's what you're supposed to do, is ask the questions at this time, so I'm just making sure you have what you're supposed to do.
got it. That's what I need is the budget.
Okay.
If we're gonna get on it later, I'm
Yes.
ready.
Yes, ma'am.
Any other questions on the consent agenda?
I'll make a motion to accept the consent agenda.
We have a motion, and a second.
I second.
Any further discussion on consent agenda? All in favor? Linda?
Aye.
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 Motion passes. Okay, old business, council to discuss pool rates for 2023 season. 61 and 62, I think we have somebody from the pool here, so I can focus. Manager and assistant manager even, well.
Yes. What would you like to go over first?
Let's see, hold on a second. We've got the ordinance before us, and see if these guys have questions for you on that before we go ahead with that.
We have the numbers for it, both the ordinance and the bill number.
Do we not have an ordinance number and bill number?
I haven't done anything
I was
to
gonna
that
say,
since it was
it
first
should-
introduced.
Is this a preliminary ordinance then
Yes,
that we're
it
doing?
was.
Yes.
It's
Okay.
they typed it up and then they just gave it
So
to
it
me.
should be city code
Cool.
26071.
Okay, that's fine, so we won't be passing an ordinance tonight, we'll just be hashing it out and seeing if there's anything we want to tweak. So, okay. So, pool passes, individual, $50, family, 2 members, $90, family, 3 members, $120, four members, $150, additional $20 for each individual over 3-member family. Over 3-member.
Yeah, we're 4 member.
Yeah, over 4-member family. That doesn't add up to family is defined as all individuals living under one roof.
Yes,
Senior citizens, $35.
yes.
Okay, anybody questions on that?
And that's passes, so they can get a $35 pass and they'll cover them for all season. Or they can just keep doing the $1 per day for seniors.
Seniors, or $1 per day. Well, you got that on there anyway,
Yep.
okay. Daily admission fee, no charge for children 4 years and under. Ages 5 and up, daily admission $2. Senior daily admission $1. Everything there is set up in line with what we discussed and everybody likes. C, pool parties, rentals, 2-hour flat rate, $250. 3-hour flat rate, $350.
On did they do pool parties before?
Sorry.
Yes, yes, they did. They did $65 per hour plus pay of guard and manager. And this year it'll be 2 guards and 1 manager there. That's in the,
Okay. Are we going to ask for a deposit that would be returned if they clean up after themselves and?
we kind of, I mean, we can. We had already kind of put into the price of, we would already have cleanup already done. So, because it would be the 2 guards and the manager to clean up after.
Okay. And then, okay, what have you got here for summer school fees, lifeguard instructor, et cetera, water safety?
On the 20th and 21st, I am going to Lebanon to become a lifeguard, CPR, and first aid instructor. So I will be becoming an instructor. Due to the fact that the 12th and the 13th, we were not able to make that because a lot of our lifeguards are graduating on those days. We contacted Red Cross to let them know to reschedule, and they don't have anything until like late October. So we would be way past that point. So it's just gonna be on me to go up and go get my instructor's license so I can turn around and teach them.
So is the pool still gonna open as planned?
As of right now, it's still under construction. Until we get further notice, it's not going to open until probably June, I'm guessing.
Well, out of parts or material, I mean.
Material, paint,
Yeah.
just maintenance wise.
Been a pretty good lack of communication between the contractors and me through the entire project. But I haven't seen them in 3 weeks. They're supposed to be here next week to resume construction. So we're close. We've got a lot done. Right now, they've got to finish the plumbing, finish the electrical, get the drain put in before we can pour concrete. Once the concrete's poured, then they have to spray their plaster and finish their plumbing in the pump house, and then we should be good to go. A lot of work to do. If they can get down here and get going on it, they should be able to get it done pretty quick. But once again, it's, things gotta be done in a certain order, so it's just trying to get all the puzzle pieces to fit together. So right now, we're at their mercy. We've done everything we can do as far as the pool itself goes, so they've been working, trying to figure out what they do have, what they don't have, what they need to get to be able to open as far as the pool, what they need. So.
And then I seen on Facebook that you guys were having a GoFundMe page for the pool.
It's not a GoFundMe, it's a bake sale and raffle. So we're asking a lot of businesses to kind of put forward whatever they would like to raffle or bake goods. We're also trying to go around to businesses to see if they want to do a $500 donation for them to put up their flags on the pool. So it would sponsor all their businesses out on the pool as well. So we have not made it that far just yet because we wanted to make sure that we had confirmation of doing the things that we need to do right, if that makes sense. So making sure that everything is following code.
Well, the first thing is make sure you bring it in front of us before you make decisions like that, because legally, we can't go through without, you can't make a decision that involves the city or something else without going in front of the forestry board. Okay? So that's a biggie right off the bat. It's not an individual business, we are an actual entity. So it's a government type of thing, so there's processes that have to be followed. Because now the interpretation is that we don't have money to open the pool. Okay? And that is something that's spread out because now Facebook is a marketing item, and now they see that everywhere.
And that's what we were trying to get, such as budget. Kept asking about the budget, put together a budget, and I was not getting a budget.
Okay, the budget will actually come from you guys as what you need, and then you bring it in front of us to approve or deny, or to hassle. Reason being is because you know what you need.
Yes.
We know how much funds and stuff that can be through. And then the worst thing about it is the pool's been closed for 2 years, so you haven't had any history coming forward. So it's not necessarily, and don't take it as this is information.
Yes.
Okay, don't take it anything other than that, it's informational as far as for that. But, yes, we gotta know what you need, how many employees are you looking at, what type of life, or what type of suspected hours, things like that. Because pay's increased, because in the last 2 years, we've had we're working on three as far as mandatory pay increases. That happened with you by people voting for the minimum wage to increase, correct? Okay, so there's one expense. We've got the expense of water rates, electric rates that's gone up, plus there's other things that are hidden in. And that type of information we just need to have from you guys, so that way, because ultimately, you know how many lifeguards you gotta have on duty. You know how many hours you're gonna be working, because
Yes.
now there's mandates that are different from what they had 3 years ago, right?
Yes.
The number of people you have to have on staff is increased.
Yes.
So that's where the budgeting comes from to proceed.
And also the training, you need to include that, because that's something you'll probably have to do
Yes.
regularly.
Yes.
And also to recoup as far as for the fuel mileage and stuff, for you to go off and get training. And when you mention about the training, I would recommend that you take more than one person in case, let's say, one part of the qualifications you didn't make, but somebody else does, so that way you're covered. Is that making sense?
Okay.
So that way you don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Okay.
Okay, and that's something, because like I said, it's definitely important, and we're rebuilding for this. And the same thing, I would like to make sure, and I'm not speaking for everybody yet, they can agree or disagree. I'd like to make sure that even if we open a week or two late, that everything's in order, so that way we're not scrounging or get in trouble with something either legally or something else.
And that's what we needed clarification on, because we were at a point where we didn't know. Because, we were sitting at, okay, well, if we have $0, I mean, we've got to find a way to be able to have, that fund. So that's why we put out, and it was a mistake of wording it the way it was, and we had went back and changed that, but we do have several people that are willing and wanting to donate and, be a part of the pool and be a part of the community to make it, a safe place for children.
Absolutely, and you're going to get that, but we just got to make sure that, yes, whatever we do put forward, it comes across from the boards, that way we can make sure everything's out,
Yes.
or through the 501(c)(3)s that we've got, so community
Yes,
betterment would
right.
be one in for it.
Yes, and we have talked to her as well, with them.
Yeah, so like I said, don't take it as yelling and screaming
Right.
because you didn't know.
Yeah, right.
That's not the purpose, but that way we can go forward, so that way
Yes.
you know what kind of information you got to gather to send us.
Yes.
And if we need to have a special meeting as far as to push that through before
Okay.
opening, that's something that
Okay.
needs to be done.
And that's kind of what we're set on, is before opening to let people come out and go, okay, this is what we've got to work with, and this is how much, we've got to get done with the pool. It's not gonna be perfect by no means this year, and I'm sure we're probably gonna break even with the pool this year with the new system and stuff going in. But we just wanted to make sure that the community was well, involved, yeah, and we wanted to make sure that, we could get the help if we needed it. And also reaching out to the businesses and trying to get them sponsors and things like that, just just so that everybody is aware that we are trying, we really do want to better the pool, and that's what we're trying to do as well, so.
So in 2 years of it being shut down, there's vandalism, there's a lot of age and stuff that's happened other than just the actual pool structure itself. So yes, is it gonna be perfect? No. If we open a couple of weeks late, is it going to be better than we had in the last 2 years? Absolutely.
Right.
And I'm sorry, I didn't mean to step on your toes, whoever else was talking, so.
Where do we need to direct the donations? Because I've had some people, do we need to set up something inside the city hall to do?
We need to wait on that because it has to go through, like I said, either through City Hall, through the board, or it can go through the community betterment because they're a 501(c), and that works hand in hand for what's in the community.
Yes,
Just-
we've gone through her.
Okay, I didn't know because I'd had a couple people call and I just directed them to go see Sarah at the city hall, so.
Yes, and I'm sure Sarah
That
was
would be the
probably
first.
overwhelmed with that as well, so.
So, what about an open house to invite the businesses, like invite businesses to come and check it out and look at it, and then maybe then?
Yes, we would like that. It's just, with everything, being the way it is right now, it's kind of like a hazard, so.
Safety hazard.
we
Not
don't-
right now, I mean,
Yeah.
don't.
Yes,
Like
right.
a grand opening,
Yes,
more or less.
yes.
That would be.
Yes,
Yeah, that
and
would be
we would
great.
love to do something like that, yes, to show them that there is a lot more repairs that needs to be done to the pool to make it, better. But yes, as of right now, that's what.
And have the budget, have the cost to show them, this is how much we paid for this,
Right,
and
yes.
this is what we're gonna need to really do what we want to
Yes.
finish.
Yes,
I think that would be good to offer that to the businesses and the community.
Yes.
And that would be like opening the door and, they always say, don't hide anything,
Right.
be transparent.
yes, and that's what we want. We want to be able to open that to go, okay, we really need the funds to be able to do the stuff that we want to do inside there to make it better
I think
and
you have-
sanitary.
Good ideas.
So, yes,
And I will tell you also, because I know you're both new at this, as far as the budget process, you could probably go back to some of our past budgets to kind of get an idea of what you're doing, because I know it's a big process. So,
That's just what I was gonna mention.
yeah,
okay.
we can help you with that, that's not a big
I was
deal.
gonna say.
You're not gonna be left out there on your own to do it. so.
I was gonna say, I would like to have that, so that way we are kind of aware of what, because there is a lot of things that we need about the pool, like immediate stuff, before the pool opens. So just to have that information to be able to go, okay, well, we can't spend, say $500 or, $1,000 or, $2,000 right off the bat, because we have to have those funds for later. So just to have an idea, that's the key to everything, just to have an idea.
And I know Willow has offered an olive branch about anything. If you need any help, call them and they can probably help you with.
Yes, and they've gone over some of the prices with me, what they did, but their pool's a little bit bigger than what ours is, and they have a lot more going on with Willow that we don't have. So it's I kind of have my hands tied with those two because our pool doesn't have all the nifty slides and that kind of stuff. So just basic
Right.
stuff. Yeah, baby steps.
That's a great resource, but also make sure you still go up through as far as the people that are over you because they have different eyes and stuff too. So
Okay.
And I'll help you guys with that budget sheet.
Okay, yeah, for
Just
sure.
let me know.
Yeah.
We'll go over it.
So bottom line there with the pool not being done so-called on time, we talked to the owner, Jared Himes of Himes Pool, and he assured us they'll be getting back on it Monday, but because of weather concerns at other jobs, it delayed the plaster crew, the plumbing crew, et cetera.
Yeah, and we were fully aware of that.
Nothing to do with funding, we're all paid up, everything's good up to date, they're ready to go, it's just they had to get the other ones done because of the weather, et cetera.
Gotcha.
And hopefully they'll be right back on this one, and then we can finish up our side of it.
Okay,
We're just waiting, our crews are waiting on them, and they're waiting on getting their other jobs done because of the weather.
okay,
So we should be on top of it, and there shouldn't be a shortage of anything other than the amenities such as going out to the shower room, et cetera, and all that.
okay,
That's not in the
Right.
new pool.
Yeah.
That's
okay.
entirely up to you and your fundraising, which is great, and I'm all for it.
I was gonna say, because our concession stand really needs some help and
Yeah.
sanitation wise, because I wouldn't wanna sell food out of there, to be quite honest. So that's part of the whole fundraising, is we really wanna have a clean place to be able to serve food out of, and that's not it. So, that's why we were pushing so hard to getting that side done, because I wouldn't wanna sell anything out of there unless it's packaged.
And I know you've been soliciting and getting help from the city and the
Yes.
other organizations, which is
Yes.
fantastic. I like to see it and hear it.
Thank
Hopefully
you.
it continues and gets there.
Couple things on the instructor courses. I'm not worried about cost as much as I am how long is it good for and what's the renewal process?
It's good for 2 years,
Okay.
and then renewal process, they
You
can
just
just
go
go back
through
through me.
1 hour
Yep,
class.
so basically I just go through Red Cross, which I go through Dawn, and she'll send me packets I just give a roster of all the kids of what I've got, and she sends me all the paper packets. I go over everything such as first aid, CPR, and lifeguarding, and test them in all those areas. And then once they go through the test, and then I just send it back in through a paper packet, send it back to her, and then she issues out the cards.
And that's good for 1 year for them, right?
2.
2 years also? Okay.
Yep, I believe that an instructor is 4 to 5, if I'm correct. But as long as I continue to teach, it's good for quite a long time.
And then where did you have to go as far as for the instructor courses?
Lebanon,
Okay, and how many days is it?
2 days.
I'm sure there's not one in Vegas.
Man, I wish. I'd make a vacation.
Is that on a weekend or during the week or?
It is on the weekend, it is on Saturday and Sunday. It is from 7 o'clock in the morning to 9 o'clock at night,
Both days.
both days.
Do we have the means or something as far as for any way to make sure that there are hotels and stuff like that taken care of? Okay, that's good. That's all I need. As long as you've got means and you got it, that's all I'm.
We can make it happen.
Thank you very much. That's what I'm concerned with, because that's still a part, because it will be as an employee of the city going, so we have to take care of as a city.
Do you guys have any more questions for them? Either, yes.
No, I'm good.
Do you have any concerns or questions for the board?
I don't think so. I think he answered everything we got.
Keep up the good work.
All right, thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
On this, does anybody see anything other than that one typo? I
I
didn't
don't
either.
either.
That's all good. Can we,
I can retype it if you need me to.
We'll get it to the attorney in next.
right, so we can get the ordinance and the bill and all the other, thank you.
Okay, the chamber given an update. You have to step closer so we can hear.
Hey guys. Okay, so I pretty much told everything last month. Our job fair, Bus Business Expo, is next week. We had like the biggest chamber luncheon ever today. It was awesome. We had like 30 people there. Whenever I started, we only had 13, so it was really exciting. We had a huge. Wait, did I say chamber luncheon? Because that was chamber luncheon. We also had a huge ribbon cutting today as well at Smoke and Sam's. We're gonna have. I'm planning another ribbon cutting for the Honeysuckle. They're kind of renovating their building, so we're gonna have, because that's been the same for like 40 years. So they're really excited about that. I've been meeting with her, and we're planning another big thing for them. I'm going Thursday. There's a class in West Plains at the Osby. It's for like, I don't know if you guys have heard about the eclipse that's coming in 2024. Okay, well, I kind of thought it was like crazy because I don't really pay attention to things like that. But whenever I was at the Honeysuckle, they're already getting booked up. So I thought maybe it would be cool to go to the class and see what it's all about, see if we can bring the hundreds of thousands of tourists that are coming to our area. So we will see. We have membership renewals coming up in June. Those run from July 1st to June 30th. So doing that. We're planning on, I talked to my members today a little bit about, we're planning some changes to our memberships, where we're going to try to do the tiered memberships instead of just basic for everybody. So that'll include like their advertisement and their sponsorships can be included into their memberships, where they don't have to come up with it at Christmas and then at Easter and then at Pioneer Days, where it'll all just be one for our members that kind of do everything. Oh, we have Springfield, our Mountain View night for the Springfield Cardinals coming up in July. We're about to start the city leagues. We'll start selling tickets for those in June too. And we're gonna plan a cornhole tournament for their Bear and Tippin concert for kind of the chambers part of the. We thought cornhole really went with Bear and Tippin. So, so yeah, that's all I got for you guys.
Do you have the info for Osby and all that stuff?
I didn't bring it with me, but I can get it to you tomorrow.
No, I have the whole package.
Oh, yeah, I have it,
What you
yeah.
needed.
No, I have all that. I already paid for the class and everything like that. So, yeah,
I
that's.
was debating it too, but you.
Yeah, I know. I was like, why not? Like, I mean, like I said, I didn't really believe in all of that stuff,
That's what
but
we'd like to see.
if the hotel's already getting booked up for real, I was like, okay, well, heck, I'll check it out. So,
Some of the other towns is really,
I know West Plains had like a huge thing.
yeah, I hadn't, but I had some people reach out from the other
Uh-huh.
towns. I guess it's gonna be a really big deal.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. The guy that had our luncheon last month said that Donovan is already like has so many of their hotels booked up, and then West Plains is having that big thing, and they're having like a parade and hot air balloons and all kinds of stuff. So it could be really cool. I'm excited to learn about it at least. So
Does anybody have questions?
No,
I was like, I can't, Mary. I've been trying for 31 years. Give me a break.
Just for you know, it wasn't 40 years ago.
Oh goodness.
All right.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. I gotta go because I got my kids at home. But thank you guys.
Thanks. New business. Terry Gunter, I did not see. Is he back yet? He's hiding if he's here. He's hiding pretty good. Okay, he was here. If he comes in later, maybe we'll squeeze him in. Okay, we'll put that on back burner. Next will be Kent Peets from Horner and Schifrin to address council about our grant application for sewer upgrade. And he's going to be requesting you guys giving me permission to sign the paperwork for that, basically, just so that we can get it all turned in. So it's a timely matter. And Mr. Peets, you can go ahead.
So, my name is Kent Pates. I'm with Horner and Schifrin Engineering. I'm relatively new to the company. I recently retired from the city of Jackson as public works director there. We've assisted you in applying to community development block grants, CDBG, for an additional $750,000 in funding. We apply to the Missouri Water and Wastewater Resource Committee, which is made up of rural development, Department of Natural Resources, and CDBG. And so they have approved your application for that extra $750,000 grant. Like John said, there are a stack of papers that Sarah's going to be working on here in the next little bit to meet the requirements of the Department of Natural Resources and Rural Development and CDBG. They all have their own requirements for documents. Probably the most extensive are going to be the Department of Natural Resources. There's a DEQ, a financial document that needs to be filled out. I just finished that for the city of Jackson last fall, so I can help Sarah with that. Her financial person will have a lot of input on that also, getting together audits and your revenue from the water and wastewater utilities. You have a water utility also as well as the wastewater utility? Okay.
Yes.
So there's a lot of numbers that have to come together to fill that document out. But we can help you with that. And so there's a document also that we've submitted for approval to Department of Natural Resources, and I believe y'all got a copy of that. So there's a contract document there. Yeah, there you go. Those documents right there. One of them is the contract. The other one is all of the appendices or exhibits in there. So you'll find lots of information in there. If you've got any questions at all, card, please give me a call. So y'all are aware of what's going on. I'm coming. You probably know more about the project than I do. We've already done a lot of investigation of your sewer system, and so ultimately, what we need to do is eliminate the inflow and infiltration. I&I is the acronym for that, lots of new acronyms that you'll hear a lot. We go through the project and planning for that, but we'll develop a project out of the work we've done already and get bid documents together and specifications and all that kind of thing to bid the project out for you. And then we'll eliminate that. There's also, I believe, the main interceptor that goes to the wastewater plant gets replaced as part of this also. Maybe a little undersized and has some issues, so we'll get that upgraded for you also to allow the wastewater, allow the town to keep growing. That's the important thing.
So, refresh my memory on this grant. Is it is it a matching grant or?
Not the CDBG, no sir.
Okay.
That's $750,000 extra to work on your wastewater system.
Okay.
And the way it's worded in the document we got back from the MWWRC, CR, it's a new acronym for me, and it's a big one, the Water and Wastewater Resource Committee. It won't kick in until you've spent all your other money, okay? And you have several other funding sources. You've got an SRF loan of $3 million, an affordability grant of $2 million from SRF, and then a water quality incentive grant of $1.5 million, okay? So what we're looking at is an additional $750,000. Once all of that is spent, then the need will appear and you qualified for it, it's there. So now we've got to do the design of the project and put actual numbers to the data that we've already collected, okay? So that's where we're at in the project. And of course, it's set for a while now, so things have changed. As you're all aware, increases in minimum wage and everything else. So we'll do our best to get a lot of stuff done for you, and that $750 would be a handy thing to have.
And they should clarify the $2 million SRF loan is against, we have a $3.5 million bond issue that was passed several years ago.
There you go. You've already got your bonds in place.
Financing.
That's something I just went through at the city of Jackson. Last year, we just passed $10 million in bonds in August, about 4/11, so that's a big thing. And so you all already have yours in place, so that's huge. So you're setting on go.
Anything else with this? This is the same scope, this is just over and beyond for expenses like we didn't have before, right? After all the other funding is used up, then this 750 comes in with no extra.
Yes.
That's what, okay.
And not including the bond, we don't have to do the whole bond.
Right.
And Trent Courtney with another acronym, SCOCOG, South Central Ozark Council of Governments. So he's working on the CDBG application and all that for you as we speak. He's been working on that for a few weeks already. He and I have been talking, so.
So basically, we just need approval for myself and the staff to proceed with Horner Schifrin on this, just as we got it going.
Are you gonna be signing a contract? Because if so, I'm gonna have to draw you up a resolution for that.
Yeah.
So if that needs done tonight, do I need to go get a pen and do that right now, or?
What's the time frame?
Yeah, what is the time frame?
When do you meet again? Once a month or twice a month?
Well, we're coming up also in the budget, so that can be open. Normally, it's once a month, but we can also come in and, because of the budgeting that's going on, we still have to go through a 6-month budget. So this time of year, normally, we have quite a bit of extra meetings.
Probably in 2 weeks. We haven't, at the end of the meeting today, we'll try to figure out when we can meet again, so 2 weeks be good?
Yeah.
Is
Whatever
there
works.
a, is there
Whatever
a
works for you
federal,
guys.
is there a federal timeline or something, or state, because it's DNR, right?
It's,
Do they have a
CBD.
deadline?
yeah, like I said, you've got funding coming from multiple sources here. The important thing is the contract there. And so that probably requires an ordinance. And then there's also the signature page that you give him the authority to sign all the documents, and there's a form that has to be filled out and signed, that y'all have to approve for him to have that ability. And they'll, the Department of Natural Resources will want to see that ordinance, as part of that package of what you're submitting.
Do they have a deadline? What is their drop dead date?
There's not a drop dead date on this, it's just that the funding has been approved, and so we are in the queue to get that funding, and the sooner you can get that, all the paperwork in, the sooner we can get your funding. And there again, with the contract, we can then proceed with developing the project documents, the drawings, and the specification documents, and the bid documents, and all that kind of stuff, and get you going on taking care of your sewers.
And that'll be a resolution, right? Or do we need an ordinance for
We can
it?
do either one. If you think that DNR
Oh,
or
which
anybody
one
would
would
rather
be?
have an ordinance, we can do it as an ordinance.
Yeah,
But
Do you know if that should be an ordinance?
that's more a legal question than an engineering question.
yeah, well, I know that they'll be happy with an ordinance, so we might rather do an
Play it
ordinance.
safe.
Yeah, we normally just do resolutions
And
because we're not that worried about it, but.
If
they have to
Sarah
do it.
can't find, because I know that she's coming in the middle of this also, Deirdre,
Mhm.
I'll give you one of my cards. If you'll shoot me an email,
Mhm.
I'll make sure that you get copies of the documents that Warner, that Department of Natural Resources is looking for, okay?
What do you need?
I got plenty of those. You bet.
He needs a stack of them. His desk is too
Okay,
clean.
is there any other dates we need to worry about so that we don't have to call it, like before when we were running through these processes, we'd get a call, it's like, oh, we got an emergency meeting Monday, so we need deadline dates.
I don't think so, like I said.
And not just on that, on everything we've got going with you guys.
Well, you know, like I said, right now, the contract is the important thing so that we can proceed with our work. That's kind of where we're at. We're sitting on go also. You know, you turn us loose, we'll start getting, we've got to get a lot of moving parts put together to come up with that, so.
You guys have any other questions?
And I'll also be working with Sarah on, like I said, there's a bunch of documents that she has,
Yep, she's
several
been-
things that need to be filled out. We can help with that too.
She's been researching as we go.
Yeah, that's like, she's definitely coming up to speed on everything, and like I said, I just went through this
Yeah.
a few months ago myself, and so we can help with that.
Okay, everybody's good? Thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you.
Y'all have a nice evening.
Council to discuss concert. Oh, who do we have in the audience that can represent anything? What do you guys got going at the community meadow now?
I will schedule a packet of everything I think you need.
In the packet that you gave us? Okay, so you guys have a chance to look through that?
No, they got that for you. I got that this afternoon.
I'm looking for it. Pardon?
You have it.
It's right,
It's on
it's
the
on the
front.
bottom of all this stuff. It was sitting out here before we got here.
It was sitting here when we got it.
Yours, you took a copy of
I
mine.
should have had it.
You had it already.
Here somewhere.
It
There we
was
go.
right on this way.
There you go. First annual Give Back Summer Event 2023, Aaron Tippin Concert, June 2nd, 2023. Okay, is there any questions that you have there?
So many questions. Well, you go right ahead. I'll just wait until.
Go for it.
That's right. Go for it.
There's so many. So all of this money we have to come up with. This isn't something that we've already made off the sales of tickets or t-shirts, or it's fallen out of the sky, or,
Yes,
The balance, the balance of the money.
on the bottom that says total needed is the balance due.
Yeah. halfway.
So the only
Still
thing we
scary.
haven't included in that is the food, because we don't know if they're actually gonna show up or not, so. We have the
Food
food
vendors.
trucks and then the vendors and all of those people, so that's not included in any of that stuff.
So they have to pay
Mhm.
to set up here, for however much.
And this balances as of May 1st.
Yes.
Sorry, I didn't know any of this. This is all like brand new.
That
Well, and that's
includes-
why we wanted you guys to have that packet, because
really
we've
appreciate
been taking it over and the city hasn't really seen much of it. We've been sharing with Sarah and Eddie.
You've done a very good job.
Thanks.
I'm very impressed.
Well, we're less than a month away, so that's why I wanted it on here, so we can actually talk about it, because
It hasn't been discussed in, what, 2 months?
So how is the ticket sales? So what can we do to make them better?
So we've got the Pepsi banners up, we've put flyers at every business in town in Willow Springs. We got it in the paper as of last week, we've got it on the radio. We've done basically everything we possibly could think of.
What radio stations are you taking advantage of all of them, or just?
Well, we've asked them to do it, and they've done a few, but then, they gave us did you
I
get a
think
copy
that
of this
is
too?
John gets.
They just sent me this one if we wanted to run it on the newspaper, on that radio. They say we have to pay for it because West Plains is also doing a concert June 3rd, and they had to pay for theirs.
So
So,
we got it on a few times, but anymore, they won't make payment.
they want money.
And that was for about $400.
$382 plus 6 tickets to be given away on air.
well, up to like a month ago, there really was, other than sharing it on Facebook, there was no real advertisement. So I've noticed the banners, flyers going in every store, I'm kind of tired of looking at them already, but, I see a lot more people talking about it than there was before, which I think will help.
And I like the idea of the radio thing, to get it fired up again right now. Because I know already on TV, they're advertising his next day at Kansas City Crossing. So that's kind of good. We see it going up over there, and here we've got it in our hometown the day before.
I did email it to KY3 and tried to see if they would put it on their community calendar and list of all their things, so.
Well, I think that's almost free advertising already for us. Here, we don't have to go to Kansas City.
I don't
Our
So do I have
backyard.
permission to tell them we can start advertising it on the radio?
Well, that's only one of the radio, that's only one of the radio.
Yeah, this is only the KUKU station, because
Right,
it's the old time
so-
classic country.
So for country music stations, we're talking about 3 per nominal, right?
Yeah, I would say 95, 99, 3, and
Yep, 95. So you got 3 of them that, because if you do for one, we gotta do for all 3. And that might be, we gotta get some more information and stuff from. But I think the thing that we're missing is we've got everything spread apart throughout our town. But we're not drawing in on the crowds that are already coming in for the rivers, for the, for like trail rides and things like that. And that might be a way, what happened is we lost the marketing. So because we don't have the marketing position, it lost a lot of these ideas and stuff and pushing things out.
And I know when Van Gary, when they done theirs down there, they had flyers.
All the way across like 5 counties.
Yeah, and if we could do that, that might help too, because Donald Black was really pushing on it, he was out.
Yeah, I did email it to all the chambers and ask the chamber members, or the chambers to distribute between their members. I don't know if that got done or not, but
You say,
everybody I
I think a
know.
banner needs to go at Love's, if we can get one down there, maybe by McIntosh Trucking or something, that would be a really good place to have a banner, because there's a lot of traffic over through there.
Mary?
Cloud Nine's a big place and a lot of activity. Is that something you've contacted?
I can.
Again, that's the people coming in from other places.
Yeah, and it's close enough that, you know, you might catch a lot of people that way.
I know a gentleman at South Fork that owns a business right there across from the gas station, Cloud Nine. If you wanted to put a banner up there, I believe Spencer would be more than happy to let you do such. And I know the gentleman personally, so I'd be more than willing to just, I think I've got his phone number still.
How much are the banners costing, or is that something that Pepsi's gone through and done?
Pepsi's volunteering those.
Okay, so my other thing for that is are we at that limit? Because how much would banners cost would be the next part.
I could probably get a few more.
Okay,
If not, I'll work on it with him.
okay.
Uh,
That'll be great too.
If you need to place a banner, let me know, because I've got contacts there that I can put you on
If
real
we can
quick.
get them up, go for it.
Let's also gear towards inlets
We can do that too.
and even up in towards Salem, and we can hit some of that too.
Van Buren.
So that way it broadens the amount of people that can actually not only have the actual seeing of it, but maybe start some more of the conversations, especially seeing as how a month ago we were already seeing an influx coming into our rivers and whatnot too, so that'll start spreading again.
We can probably also pull one there at 60 and 19 north at the Cube.
Yep.
And I think you two girls could do a TikTok video.
Oh, no.
Sounds
That's Tabitha's thing. We'll have Tabitha do that.
Okay.
I don't even have TikTok.
Looking at the schedule of this though, where did I see that at? Introduction of nonprofit organizations. How many are we scheduling? And that's basically just to let people know that they're here and what they do, right? How many are we looking at and what kind of time frame are they looking for? Because that's only 45 minutes, right?
There was 4 of them that were listed, and those are the 4 being recognized.
What
15
for?
minutes
Because-
each.
It is, you'll have to,
Because we can't do just some and not all.
and this is based off of the previous handling of it that was put on the flyers, that was already out there. And that was the question that we had as a board before, was about it, so.
You can't exclude, it has to be, hey, we have this opportunity for the ones that we've got, and we've got to open it up for everybody that are nonprofits that go toward, if they choose not to be there, that's one thing, but we can't just say, oh, it's only these 4 people. Okay, so,
From
That's
my
something-
understanding, that was something y'all voted on 6 months ago. And y'all, Shannon told me she talked to Deidre and you guys couldn't change it because y'all had already voted on those 4 organizations.
no, there's no vote.
As far as who the money's going to, or as far as who they're talking about?
It was arbitrarily publicly stated, but not voted, the board did not vote on it.
Right, yeah.
That's who the money was going to.
Yeah, I don't remember you guys voting on specifically who the money
Yeah,
was.
because all that still has to be done after the budget, after the closeout, no matter what, and we still have to have the information of who, what, when, and those that wanted to participate. Because you can't list it out, we're only giving to X and not excluded. It has to be open to all. And the way we're looking at right now, it
Probably
might be
not.
lucky just to break even. But at least that way, it will get the information out to what organizations we have in town and what they do. You know, and that's a key thing, because you don't want, we have so many people that want to help, and if you exclude one of them, they don't want to come back and help again. So that is something that you've got to be very cautious with and leave it to them. If they don't want to participate, that's one thing, but if we tell them that they're not going to participate, that's a whole other.
I know there was something said about the soccer.
It's really up to the board to come up with who it should be dispersed to, and it was never decided at a board level. So is there anything that you guys, you need, your organization needs, your group, I'm gonna call you a committee,
That'll make you
from the
better.
board, or for us to authorize you to do or help you with, something the city
I
can
think
do?
we're good until we figure out
Other
the
than-
start.
Other than the radio advertising.
Yeah.
So when's the t-shirt going to be
I will email her and ask her.
Those weren't a very big.
Yeah, we only sold like 20.
If you had them on sale somewhere, where they get their hands on it, doesn't that make a big
The
difference?
problem is we lose money if you pre-order sizes. So,
Yeah.
so we're not about losing money. Kinda have
So
to
we were getting
pre-order.
everything together and then we're sending it to them to make them.
Is there something in the contract from Aaron Tippin that we can't do T-shirts at the concert? Because
Yes,
that
we
goes,
can't.
yeah, because it goes
Only
against
his
their
merchandise.
sales. So the T-shirts that have to be sold before, because that's in their rider, you know, that's also a way that they regenerate fees and stuff.
Because we haven't had them made.
You know, you might interest one of the local stores, vendors, et cetera, more than that may want to do that. They've got 3 or 3 weeks, they might want to say, T-shirts sold here, and yes, they'll buy bulk order, so many mediums, smalls, extra smalls, et cetera, and they'll take the chance of making money or losing money on it. It's a venture for them too.
I think I did see where one of the banks actually was offering a place to come buy tickets. Now, it's a limited number, but they,
Yes. Simmons Bank is also, Simmons Bank's got 10 tickets, Shelters Insurance got tickets, I have tickets,
And I have to.
and we have Stevens,
Yeah,
and City Hall has
City Hall
tickets.
too.
So we all
So-
have printed tickets to go buy and
So
sell.
maybe we can broadcast that out too, that there are multiple places for, multiple ticket locations.
We put it on Facebook and then they were able to get it in the ad in the paper. I
Okay.
had them add the physical locations other than just the website. I can do another push for a post, because I just did it, I think Cricket shared it one day last week. And so I pushed the website and then all the locations locally where it could be.
So basically, we've got West Plain, no, Simmons Bank. Simmons Bank is selling them, so people can go there. Stevens Sills Incorporated. And then
City Hall,
City Hall, of course.
Shelter Insurance,
Shelter Insurance,
and then at my office,
and
Missouri Home Realty.
Missouri Home Realty. So we want to make sure we get the names of everybody. So they know what availability is.
And we've reached the limit on where we have to send the T-shirts in, so they're not on sale anymore.
Ah. Okay.
She had a deadline of when we had to have them in. That was Friday.
Is that locally, or is that? Any more questions you guys have on the schedule for the Aaron Tippin concert, June 2nd? Yes, John?
Can you take your own chairs, or do you guys sit in the stands for that time?
It's in the stands.
In the stands?
The pit passes are standing only, and then they have the VIP, which is 26 people. I think that's
The
right.
pit's a standing area though, so you can chairs in there.
Bleacher seats are welcome though. You get bleacher pads.
Bring a pad.
It's gonna be a long day.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, everybody else set on that concert information?
If you need help.
Because it's coming up on
I'd rather
June
not
2nd.
clean toilet, but I will.
I mentioned June 2nd.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
You said that you had to open it up who funds could go to. How do they put their name in the pot? Just for the record, who do they let know that they would be interested?
Come to City Hall and let us know, and then at the meeting, we'll have a list to go through. Okay, moving on. Council to discuss alley project. Brenda, you had some questions on the alley project.
Do we have like a tentative date yet?
Yes, June 5th, they're gonna get started. They said it'd take 2 to 3 weeks, depending on the weather. So it should be a go, and then he insisted that he doesn't even need to get paid till the end of the year, which is kind of nice, because we've got a loan on it. And, one of the things I have for you guys is in your packet on the loan reinvestment, the 2 people that was picked.
I don't need to do that.
Oh, no.
No, I don't need to do that.
Ah, man, well, we could get it in the next 2 weeks.
Okay.
Okay, we have it turns out that the investment, the banking, well, financial institution that gave us the loan for the Scobie project, because of course the banks couldn't even bid on it because we haven't had an audit in several years. But they were nice enough to do it, which worked out real well. They've been soliciting us and we failed to respond. I say we, it was in City Hall in prior months, 3 months. And that is, they can reinvest that money right now. We have the loan, but they'll reinvest it for us so that we're not paying all this interest in the meantime, from now through December or 8th. So we'll save 6 months worth of interest. And they gave us the best investments that they feel, recommendations, and I have that. Evidently we didn't put in this week's
So
packet.
the money never leaves the banking institution?
Right.
Okay, good.
They'll invest it for us.
Okay.
It's not gonna be like in the stock market and be volatile and all that.
No.
If we get this done, why are we reinvesting the money? Why don't we just pay off the bill?
Yeah, why don't we
Because he did it on the conditions he gets paid by the end of the year for his books. So he gave us a good deal and honored the old price and everything and said, hey, but I don't want to get paid till December. Okay, fine. It doesn't bother us. We're paying interest regardless. And in here now, we get a chance to recoup some of that interest as well along the way.
I'd like to see what the bank's offering. I think it's worth looking at.
It's already, yeah, I got two offers from him on it. It's no problem. If I look for a while, I might find it before the meeting's over, see if I have it with me.
Do they know which end they're starting in? Are they starting in the alley?
Oh, no, I do not know. I do not know. That would be between Scobie and our headlineman, Ron.
Now, did they get the contract drawn up between us and the,
Scobie?
yeah,
I have it.
okay.
So that should go well. But it's looking good. It's looking positive. Is there any questions on that, Brenda?
No, I mean, it is, this is probably a crazy question, this is legal to take money that's allotted for something else and invest it, even though the bank's doing it?
Yes, yes. They do it regularly. They do it. That's why they were trying to solicit us, unbeknownst to myself and several other staff members, but they were soliciting, saying, look, guys, don't just sit here, you're not using it, it's sitting right here.
So,
Let us invest it.
so let me ask
Reinvest it
this,
for you.
normally, when you take out a loan like that, they don't charge you interest till you use the money. So
Yes.
why are we paying interest on the home loan if we haven't used it?
Because this isn't a typical loan, we didn't qualify for a typical bank loan like that. We legally couldn't, because they have, all the banks have policies in place where we have to have our audits, and they have to look at our papers and make sure we're solvent and not gonna go under. And they didn't have that, so we got very fortunate to get the way we got it. Yes, Nick?
Question, what actually are they gonna be doing with the alleys?
Upgrading the electrical.
Oh,
We've got most of the poles in before when we were working on it way back, and now those wires and transformers, et cetera, and the transformer mounts all need to be replaced. And we didn't have crews or equipment to do it. We bought all the product, all the parts. We have the supplies in stock at the city. But we need a big crew to come in and do it. Otherwise, we have to shut half the town down for 2 weeks. They're gonna do it with very little minimum outages. Because they're a big lineman company.
Just curious.
Any other questions on power construction? Okay. Council to discuss wastewater and golf budgets. I think golf just walked in. Who's here for wastewater? Anybody?
Oh, yeah, he's back there, I see him. He was eyeballing. Can't wait to get it done.
Yeah.
I thought the pilot said
Do we have anything in the packet besides the last? We have budget worksheet for one of these. 145 and 146. Pardon?
Yep. That's the budget worksheet.
146, I have 145 and 147, oh, there it is, 146. Got it. Okay, let's see, you guys got questions? First, or do you want him to present what you've got in mind? I'd say if you have any questions, it'd be good.
Let's talk gas and oil. Okay, you use more during this 6 months than you do the next year, right?
Because of winter.
This is your busy time. Winter, you don't do as much as you do now.
Correct.
It looks like you cut that number about in half. I think that you're gonna be well under as far as for that, because most of your running happens at this time of year.
Correct.
From July on, because that's when you're emptying out the tanks, running them.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind. I think you need to look at that number a little bit.
Okay.
It's not a bad thing. I mean, you're at close, but also the fuel prices are back on the way up.
Yeah. Okay.
So just something that is helping you for the next one.
Yeah,
Keep
absolutely.
that in mind, okay?
Thank you.
It's a small enough amount. All right, let me put this in case one that sticks out.
We'll slow down a little bit.
So, on 6190 there, 25,000 that would be for the bar stream parts that we budgeted for, or we got quote on previously, and it's roughly increased around 5,000 last time we got that quote. And it'd be nice to get the parts now, even though it's currently running, it's the duration, how long it's gonna run is uncertain. It could break tomorrow, it could last another 6 months, I don't know, but I was hoping we could get the parts for this next budget too.
So we can forward the money now out of the fund and then credit it to you later, take away from your budget after July,
Yeah.
in case it goes down in the next month or two.
Right. And then we wouldn't have to get the parts obviously installed immediately, but, run until it does completely break, and then worry about labor then.
And that was how much, 4,000?
Depends on when his labor's went, it last time it was around 8,000 for labor.
Oh.
But that wouldn't.
So the total?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Total, it would be 35,000 to do the entire process, but right now, I'm just hoping to get the parts ordered before we have another increase on the inflation on parts. Instead of.
What's the lead time on parts?
John, I think we talked about it, was 10, 14 weeks, or 12 to 14 weeks, or something like 3 months, or.
We really wouldn't have to pay for it till the next budget.
Yeah, that's what we're looking, so you're still looking at the new budget, but what we were trying to explain was that we're gonna use half of the budget that was still left and part of the other, but yeah, it'll be a whole new budget starting up, July the 1st.
Right.
Okay.
And then the rest of it's obviously for unseen failures and things like that.
So then what are you proposing would be your budget come January 1st for that next year? Because you're already looking at 75% on.
It should be less, that's a big item, and the rest of the things would just be like a pump or a motor went down, which sometimes a pump can cost up to 15,000.
So you're projecting anything that needs to be replaced next year? Do you have anything for a cycle that's coming up due that you're planning for?
Electric truck.
Just some
Oh,
thoughts.
well, me and Eddie talked about maybe talking to
Your pump truck or your other truck,
yeah, I was gonna try to come out of the repair and maintenance equipment on this budget for the motor.
The pickup truck.
Yeah,
big picture.
but I meant for like the
Sludge truck?
sludge truck.
Oh, I
Is
was
that something
gonna
you're looking at for next year?
yeah, I was gonna mess with that some other time. Right now, I'm just gonna try to use it through the rest of the year. Just try to fix what we got going on right now.
That bar screen's give you fits for a
Yeah,
while.
yeah, it is. It really
Any
is.
other circulatory motors and pumps and things like that? I know you cleaned up the other tank and got all that stuff done within the last year.
Yeah.
But do you have what I'm looking at is when you're doing for your half, is try to schedule items every other year, so that way your numbers don't look like they go up and down on the chart. Keep it pretty much even when you're trying to do a plan and have a plan in place. Okay, well, this particular motor or this system is 5 years old, we know we gotta do maintenance on it. Okay? And that's just something to look forward to as far as for the help and stuff that you need for the plan. If something happens and it's emergency and it breaks down, of course, that's not gonna be something that's budgeted for, but you need to have an idea of, okay, this could possibly go through. So scheduled maintenance, if you can run down through, have big items every year, every other year, so you don't get them all at one time.
Okay.
Okay.
Really, I'm thinking that you're, at this time, looking for approval for us, for the board to say, to go ahead and order that part, those parts for
Yeah.
now, so that lead time.
Yes.
Get it in.
Yeah, that way it's just there if we need it, or that's what we say.
Are you still in need of a pressure washer down there?
We've been making do with that other one.
I knew me and you had a conversation that you want to use that.
Well, we got busy mowing home slopes now, and we're doing other things now, it's warmed up more, we're trying to get that done before it got.
No, I don't know if you told the other board members, but I will mention, White had a conversation with Johnny, and I'd like to give him some accolades, because he said he did cut out a lot of the unneeded chemicals and stuff and that we were purchasing over the past budgets that
Yeah.
was setting and getting wasted, so. He,
Yeah,
he
we
did do
did.
a good job with that.
So the amount of, the order, what was the amount that you want? I know we won't pay it until the next budget, because it won't get delivered.
On the
until-
repair maintenance equipment?
Yes, do we need that down payment or anything in the meantime?
No, nothing I'm
Just
aware
ready to
of.
go ahead, so how much are you asking for us to give you a go ahead on?
I have the quote at
Without the labor, because we're just going to go ahead.
the parts for 25,000.
The parts are $25.
That was after that increase?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, they were like 19,800 something before the increase. But I have the exact quote at the street facility, and I can provide you guys with that.
So that's really what we need more than anything right now is a go ahead and put that order in.
Yeah, good, good.
That sure entertain a motion on that, so he can get it ordered.
You see anything else that needs to be done along with that? I know you two have talked and stuff too, but I want to have some.
Usually when we talk, that bar screens comes up every time. I mean, I think that's the number one thing.
Well, it's such an expensive item,
Yeah.
and that's why, it's such a.
I have a crazy question. What is it?
So where the influence, raw sewage comes into the wastewater facility, it's a screen, and it'll catch the rags, debris, if it has like a water disinject or something like that. And we can't be there all night and break it. We have a mechanical one off of the mechanical one, and just want to use right by hand. And overnight, it'll plug up, and then when it plugs up, it bypasses, and goes around to the old treatment plant, floods out, gets on the ground, it's nasty, spilled. So whenever that,
Something you really need.
yeah, when it fails, that's whenever DNR will be involved. That's the main problem with that.
What's the lifespan expected of that, if you got part of it?
We've never had it, well, we had it completely rebuilt somewhat, probably, it's been over a decade ago.
So it's a one-time deal, every 10 years or more?
Yeah, probably, like, we're 20 years old on the treatment plant now, so we've had it rebuilt once since the treatment plant was rebuilt.
What's the cost of
A new complete bar screen. If you had to put one, probably about 40 million, I would guess.
So what I'm looking at is ROI, because you're already looking at 10 years before the last one was built, so pretty soon it's gonna be where you can't get parts anyway.
That is true, you have to go through your application.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Once we're building, hopefully you got 10 years to do that.
Yeah.
So this is more of a maintenance item, the way you want to look at it. It's like when a motor goes out or something, it just wears out and needs to be replaced.
Yeah.
I will say lighting.
Oh.
Your plant down there.
Yeah.
We need to think about that. I mean,
But not something we have to approve beforehand, before the budget. stuff that are in the dark right now where you can't work.
Well, we still got money in for the last budget, if we have the money as far as for the, in the account. That's the other question.
You know where your budget's at right now?
Well, that's where those, UV parts, I think we're about 11,000 now, roughly, 10,000 left on.
You still gotta get through the next couple months.
Yeah, that's why I haven't, and I still have an aerator motor that I need to replace as well, and it's I think it's $4,600, but I was just trying to save the rest of this budget in case something that I absolutely have to have, like a.
Catastrophic.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
Okay. Not along with your budget, but along with your ideas and stuff. Do you need a part-time individual down for the summer months as far as with the upkeep of the grasses, keeping down the work that you've already gone through and done, driving a sludge truck? Or is that something that you and the crew can handle the way that it is, or?
I really appreciate the offer, but yeah, we can absolutely handle it, both people working.
Okay, what if somebody takes the time off? I mean, you're only talking general labor at that point, and it's part-time. But I want, because you're in that role now, you actually have to start thinking of that too. And if you're okay with it, I'm fine, but you need to be thinking this way, because you're a lot like parks, streets, and everything else. Now is your busy time, and I sure don't need you two having overwork thing and then other things fail that cause other problems.
Okay.
Okay, but keep that in mind and think to bring that back up to us and whatnot too. Give some time in that workload division and stuff up, because you definitely want to make sure that you're keeping up with things, but not overdoing enough to where you burn out.
Right.
Okay.
Anything else you want, Johnny?
I'm good.
You gonna give me a
How are
hard
you
time?
doing? Huh?
You gonna give me a hard time, Linda?
No,
Oh, okay.
you sweated it up already.
Too. Congratulations on your recent wedding and your bride.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
Do we want to, we need to have a motion as far as if we're going to allow them to have that money to rebuild that particular item?
Get it ordered.
Yes.
I'll make a motion. Well,
Sorry about that.
If we were able to have the funds that can be allocated to wastewater that, for that particular item, I know we're looking at a time down the line, but how are we looking funding-wise?
What do you come out of the next budget?
Yeah, 12, what'd you say, 12, 14 weeks, somewhere around there?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're still gonna have money available for it, even if it's in enough, well, if you're allocating at least a projection of it, that can be.
That should get us out of the pool deal.
Okay.
So we'll be past that.
Okay, and that's all that I'm looking for, is to make sure that if we vote on something, that yes,
There's dollars there.
we're there, that's right.
Yeah, the dollars are our month-to-month buffer for the city.
Yep.
And yes, we are dwindling away and eating away at it.
Yeah.
But we can't operate without this. If it blows out next week or in July, we still need it.
I will make a motion to let Johnny proceed to order the parts for the bar screen.
We have a second.
I second it.
Brenda, any further discussion? Linda?
Aye.
Aye.
Linda?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Next, we'll see if Ty's still here. There you are. Hi, Ty.
I moved him on
On the golf course. How we doing at the golf course, Ty?
We're finally green.
Oh, green?
It's greened up.
Golf course.
The temperatures last Sunday, all of our fairways were looking green, and then you got a really bad frost, and it burnt all the tips of the grass. This heat is really kicking it into gear, so. I can either go down, or I have a couple things that I want to talk about the budget. Murray, you had asked me to report back to you on the chemical. We participated in the early order program, and if we were to buy those chemicals right now, we'd be paying 150% of what we purchased them for. So we spent, this 39,000 that is gonna be due in the month of May. But I ordered that back in October of last year.
Yep.
That was gonna be, that, if I place that order jug by jug right now, we'd be looking at $55,000 to $60,000. So, participating in that, and then we also get kickbacks on, we'll get a check back from, not the chemical, not the distributor.
What's the due date of that?
It's gonna be, the bill will be coming in May, which kind of leads me into the next question that I have, or just something that I thought about is, right now moving our fiscal year to January, right now we pay that in our last, in Q4. If the golf course moves to that, then we're gonna be paying it at the very beginning of the second quarter, when we don't have a whole lot of revenue that is coming yet. And so,
Yes and no. We'll work on that
Okay.
later. Don't fret about moving the actual year over to January.
okay,
It's just a projected, it's just changing. the
it's
date.
just changing.
We will have something.
I just don't want, I don't want to,
Yeah.
I don't want to see, I just don't want to get in a pinch if we go from July and then our biggest bill is due in May.
Your overall will still be at the end of the year when you're actually taking it.
Okay.
It'll
Right,
be-
that sounds good.
Good,
That sounds
good
good.
question.
I didn't just go down and amortize all of these. I went through and kind of looked at my agronomic plan for the golf course and, like, repair and maintenance on grounds, 6220. We budgeted 69,000 last year. For this next 6 months, or from July to December, there's a few things that we'll need to agronomically do, but we won't be purchasing any of the chemicals. We won't have any of the heavy hitter things, any of the fertilizers. That was kind of a big
Which you will in January's budget.
in January's budget, yes.
But if you need to order it in October, then actually it will be.
Well, if we order in October, but we won't pay in October, and so, and we won't, and there's nothing down.
Okay.
The reason that they do, that chemical companies do that is they're in Q4, and so they just want to make their books look good for the end of the year, and so that's the way. And then they kind of offer a line of credit, basically. They float the note until golf goes up.
Fuel, do you think that's enough?
Fuel, that will be enough. The only reason that we are where we're at right now is because we had roughly $2,000 found a new home, and it wasn't in any of my gas tanks at the golf course, so that was like, right then, we have changed how we mow the golf course. That equals fuel savings and labor savings. We also, I was hoping to have something for you guys tonight. I'm working with the MDC, excuse me, and looking at putting, this winter, I would like to propose putting 2 to 3 acres into what they call pollinator plots. But we would take some of what any golfer would consider deep rough, where we just mow it just because it's gonna look bad if we don't. If we put that into wildflowers, there's money out there available to us to do that. It'll look decent, look nice, and then on the budget side of things, it cuts down on manpower and depreciation on equipment and fuel. So, long-term, I would like us to see 10 to 15 acres be put into that, and I could very easily, I can make my case for that. I just want to test the water. They are donating about $2,000 worth of seed for us to do this 2-acre plot. And so we're going to do it, or I would like permission to do that, and then I would like to see, I want to get everybody's opinion.
You don't need our permission, but opinion's good.
I would like to.
What's it take? Are you just disking it now?
No, it will all be through chemical remediation, and so the process actually starts right now, and we have to be down to bare ground by October. Right now is the perfect time to start that remediation because the grass is growing good, and so everything that we put on it, it will absorb, and we'll get a better control. Then we'll do it again in the fall, and then in the wintertime is when we seed the pollinators.
You say 2,000 per acre?
2,000 per acre, and so it would be a $4,000, they're just giving us the seed.
Okay, that 4,000 is gonna be for the chemicals to do it. What's it take to do it? Are we gonna
Oh,
plan ahead?
the chemicals, I was able to walk into a situation where the golf course had a shelf full of chemicals that just were not being used in that year. And so I'm still working on what I would call a bank of chemicals that have been bought in past years, so I'm still able to use that. So it's no cost out of our pocket or out of this budget this year.
How many acres are you mowing right now? Not including greens, because greens are different.
I was about to say.
Greens are different.
Rough, do you want rough, fairways, green? We have, well, I'll just tell you the breakdown. We have 2 acres of greens, 30 acres of fairways, and 60 acres of rough.
Okay, so if you cut your rough down to 50 acres, then you're already gaining, it's
Right now,
12-15%.
Roughly, we're spending, every time we mow rough, we're roughly, no pun intended, about $200 an acre.
Okay.
With depreciation of equipment, fuel, and labor.
So it's $1,000 savings per year.
Yes.
It's a no-brainer.
Yes. And so that is.
And they're donating the
And they're
seed
donating
stuff,
the
which is
seed.
great, and now we have honeybees.
Yes. And then I'm also working with them on getting, there's grant money out there. Mountain View is part of the Arbor USA, and we have access to extremely cheap trees, ball and burlap trees. There was a gentleman 20, 30 years ago, Mr. Rowland, who did a great job planting all of these trees. Some of them are dying. They were planted too close together, and so we are working on, excuse me, an arbor plan, number one, but also want to take part in the continuum of planting trees in the appropriate areas. I'm also removing some trees in areas that used to be appropriate, but they just overgrew, and now they're killing the grass.
So the seeds, are they only gonna donate the seeds for the 2 acres that you wanna start with?
Yes.
So
yes.
we would have to purchase the rest if we want to do.
Well, it's a 50-50 cost share.
Okay.
And so whenever that time comes, I want to plant them, get through next season, and let everybody see what we're talking about, cast the vision, and then we can, then I'll have them back out, and I'll actually bring the gentleman that I'm working with, bring him in. But they cost share on they will cost share on the seed, they will cost share on the ground to prepare it. The only thing that they will not cost share on is labor. So we would have to supply our own labor, but we have all of the equipment, we're sitting in a good spot as far as wanting to move forward.
Do you have an idea of where you want to do the 2 acres at?
Yes,
Is it in a real public view, I guess I should ask? Because if it goes south, I don't want it to look bad when
No.
having a tournament or something.
yes, correct. No, it is not, all of these areas that I'm talking of, that I want to do are areas where it is, I mean, if we were to drive around, you have to hit a really bad shot to get it into these areas. And so, and all it's gonna do is look nice.
Right.
But it's just, I mean, we're talking 30, 40 yards off of fairway. And so it's just, the type of golf course that we have is called a park-style golf course. It's intended to be mowed, the whole thing, or have something like this. We have several different options. We have this, which I think would look more appealing. It's going to be flowers, tall grasses, or you can put it into what they call heather, which is just really tall grass, but it just kind of, it doesn't have the same appeal, it doesn't have the same beauty. My battery died on my phone.
It's okay.
There was 4 things that I put down that I wanted to speak about. I know that I hit 2 of them. Can someone look at my emails and ask me, or refresh my mind on what the other?
Do you have question marks on the propane?
Well, it was on my monthly report. I brought that in. I don't have it. Oh,
How are your numbers
I
going?
know, I'm sorry, what's that?
How are the numbers of people, the number of annual passes and,
We are really strong on annual passes. I am having a very difficult time on tracking what we are from years past. We are getting very close.
Is this what you're doing, Ty?
Topics I would like to speak about at the meeting. The year's plan for moving forward. Murray, to answer your question, our season passes, our card sheds, we are definitely seeing even an increase. We are the cheapest in the area for membership and daily use. And when I say area, Willow Springs, City of West Plains, West Plains Country Club. The only one that has its beat is Eminence, and I would not say anything bad about that golf course. We're just in a different tier of golf course than what they are. But we've actually, I know of 15 new members that we have that are coming our way, and so I'm excited about that. The year moving forward, now that I have a winner under my belt, there was a time when I came to you guys and I said, hey, let's throw on the idea of putting a simulator in. I would like to direct us in a different direction for a little bit, only because I don't want to get too many irons in the fire out there. The golf course needs to take priority and precedent, in my opinion. We need to get it back into shape before we start spending money in other places. We need to, there's a good buzz going on out in the golf community about us, and I want to keep that going, and I want to keep it, I don't want to get sidetracked with something that we could throw resources at that we don't need to throw resources at. So, that being said, the wintertime, I can go back and show you, if it was not 50 degrees for at least 3 hours, we made zero money at the golf course for the months of December, January, and February. During that time, Carla was in there, and it didn't matter what special she ran, it didn't matter what was going on. We didn't have anything attracting business. And so my proposal is to have hire a part-time, just have part-time help in the pro shop. Have high quality, good part-time help. I filled all of those positions. But then in the wintertime, we don't even bother opening the pro shop unless it is, unless it's gonna be over 50 degrees for at least 3 hours. There are a select group of guys that will play when it gets sub 50, but it is not, they don't bring revenue in. And so the same thing, we have, the course gates have been left open. The course gates, the police department closes them. I say continue doing that. Myself or Ernie have been there, or will be there every day. We can open the gates whenever the course thaws out. So that's kind of, I would like to just keep working on the business of golf and getting our rounds up, getting people coming in and saying, hey, we like this place, we're gonna keep using it before we start trying to attract with other flashes, so to speak. That also being said, we are, the menu has changed a little bit. We are just gonna do 4 things, and we're gonna do those 4 things extremely well. We're gonna do burgers, breakfast sandwiches, hot dogs, and brats. That way we don't have a bunch of waste. We had a big menu. It was hard to keep all of that stuff in stock and keep it rotating. So that's kind of both sides. That's the clubhouse side and the golf business side. The old set of bathrooms on the golf course needs a new roof and needs new plumbing. Right now, he's showing me what you have, and I want what you have. So
that's why I brought him over, because there's actually 2 places in yours, was one of the ones. So the bathroom building that I already bought, I made sure that Eddie saw it before I moved it out of here, because it is cheaper, easier to maintain, and it's drop and go. And you're talking about very
and it's
presentable.
clean. It's clean and
it's easy to keep care of, and it's lockable.
Right now we have, I get called 3-4 times a week. Hey, there's a snake in the rafters. Hey, there's a dead squirrel, and like, what you have is completely enclosed. And it's those little things that aren't so little, like, that makes a big difference to feel safe when you go to the restroom on the golf course. Or anywhere for that matter, yes. I like to feel safe and not feel like I'm going to get, yes, get bit by a snake.
Yes.
So those are some of the highlights that I have for here. Is there any questions that you guys have?
I do have a comment.
Yes.
I heard from a couple.
Yes.
They bought a membership and they thought, we have to pay more and all that. They played golf. They came out. They were so impressed. They were so pleased.
Well, that's awesome.
So.
Thank you thank you very much for sharing that, and
They wouldn't have said it if they didn't mean it, I know them.
I can just say that we're gonna keep working hard, and there's gonna be times where we're gonna be working just as hard, and whether it's gonna serve us a hand that we're not gonna be able to say, this is not our best, but right now, I am super excited of the trajectory that the course is going in right now. But that's also two other things. We did have a large chemical savings this past year because we had the past 2 years banked. We decided to roll that forward and kind of reinvest that money that sprayer is gonna show up within the next 2 to 3 weeks is what they're telling me. An update on the spray rig is it just went out on us today. And so it's gonna be another, it's gonna be a cheap fix, but it's just, thank you guys for your support in moving that along, moving that forward. Being proactive rather than reactive.
So in the next month, you're looking at the sprayer and the chemicals coming due, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, perfect.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Any other questions?
The marketing position is to accent and help and bring more people not only
Yes.
into the city, but also all entities of the city.
Yes.
So keep that in mind. It's
Yes.
not to step or, and basically, you're the sales, they're bringing in the flood of people.
Yes.
So,
And I want to,
and hopefully you've seen that when Carla actually stepped in and how much a marketing person can actually help.
yes, I think that they can help. I just want to be sure that we have something to market, that we can keep going. The golf course the greens need another year before they're going to be somewhere where it's like, okay, now we can market this, and anybody that comes is going to be that's a really good product. I don't want to market something that is like, I want to go with our best foot forward. And I understand, I just wanted, I'm good with wherever it needs to fall and end up at. I just wanted to say, there's not a whole lot of business going on during those 3 months. However that works out.
The green that got vandalized.
Yes.
Is it all up and good and did it all come
I
back?
it all came 100% back, and it is almost,
job.
it is almost invisible.
Good. Great job, because that was a mess.
Thank you, Ty. All right, keep it up. That is mayor's minutes with, I don't even remember anything I needed to bring up in mayor's minutes. I think, boy, these guys covered most everything. We're up on top of the Aaron Tippin concert, June 2nd. We mentioned that earlier, June 2nd. Anyway, we've got the golf course coming along. It's getting better and better. Is there anything that you guys have for the good of the order while we're into the mayor's minutes before we decide to go into a closed session?
Safety-wise, school lets out week and a half. We're gonna have a whole bunch of little ones running all up and down the streets and stuff. Let's pay attention to speed, looking, and everything else, because there's no more flashy signs telling people to slow down coming in front of the school or any of the other roads and stuff that we've got. So that's an influx that's going to be out on the streets, and it's definitely our future. So please keep an eye out for the little guys and gals that are going to be enjoying the summer like the rest of us.
Hopefully in a new pool.
The contract crew showed up and started working on the happy lights at the airport today.
Okay, yep, progress of the airport using that grant that we had. Thanks to most of the work. Praise the manager.
He's going to take care.
Yeah. Turn red every now and then. Yes?
Got a question. Would there be a possible way that we could get a SPO or children at play at the pool? Slide? Like a site, if possible, because there's gonna be children riding bikes, and I'm sure out in the parking lot, and a lot of the people like to just zoom through that area.
There's room everywhere.
So, if we could get a sign out there.
They also walk up from the youth center to the pool.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll look at it and see, and I might get your input on where you think it needs to be too. We might just try to lock them on each end of
Okay.
Main Street there.
Kelly?
Where are you at with the parking spaces, First Street, Front Street?
The plan is, when they go in and do the downtown cleanup, when they're done power washing, that's the 20th, correct?
Correct.
So, yeah, 2 days. So once they get that done, we're gonna go through and clean that area off, and then we'll be ready to stripe right after that.
Crosswalk, speed limit signs?
Still working on that one.
Okay.
That's a joint effort. We got.
I saw, I mean, almost today, I saw a lady, young lady on a bicycle almost get hit.
I did, and we are looking into the trip hazard that you brought up in the cross.
I noticed that on the east side, they've got the yellow right there as you walk up. They put it there. When it comes to the west end of this street, not a single one of them was painted there. I don't know why, but, and I know you were not responsible. I don't know why. I mean, it's like, did you run out of paint or?
And that is a very good possibility.
I mean, I was just, you know.
About that time. So, yes,
I had someone ask me a question about the airport and wanted to know if you guys were selling jet fuel.
no, we're not. We do sell, it's called 100 low lead. So it's 100 octane av gas is what it is. But no, we haven't sold jet fuel in several years. We would like to eventually one of these days, but that's, as it stands right now, it's cost us about $750,000 to be able to sell it. We have to sell a lot of fuel to pay for it.
A lot of Joe's coming in here.
Yeah. Something Ty didn't mention on his budget, but I've talked with Ty, I've talked with water, electric, street department. Something that he had added into his kind of last minute on his machinery and equipment. See a little bit of scribble marks there, he added a couple thousand. We currently don't have an operating cutter for our skid steer for brush. So this is what I have found. I don't have one for everybody, so I have to pass it down, but I don't want to put that cutter on the skid steer without a ballistic door for the skid steer. So I don't, I mean, I've got one of them cutters for mine. I don't have a ballistic door, so make sure I wear my safety glasses.
How big is that door?
What's that?
How big is your door?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, it's machine specific. You've got three.
There's a picture of it.
For a Bobcat?
Yeah.
There's a picture of it.
Okay, well, if so, that'd save us $800.
Can we borrow yours? Were you willing to donate, sir?
Oh, you mean are you buying ours?
No, but I've got the,
You got the polycarbonate or the
Yep,
Lexan?
I've got 3 sheets of it. One used and 2 brand new.
Hey, tell you this, but that stuff shatters too.
Yeah.
We know, because we gotta replace a piece that's shattered. Yes.
And I can still get you a standing offer on the,
That
cut.
excavator? Okay.
So if he needs that out there or whatever, I'm sure they will honor that price that we had a couple years ago.
We have a cutter for the Bobcat. There wasn't a lot of thought put into buying that cutter. They thought it was gonna do good, but it's not built for what we need it for. This one is. I think the second page on that cutter, that one is a 4-blade system. It's got a 1-inch thick, it's more or less a stump jumper. But in between every blade on this cutter, there's a row of carbides to where that's supposed to handle up to a 7-inch tree. So I don't see us cutting a 7-inch tree, but if it'll handle it, that means it'll cut a 3 to 4-inch tree with ease. Carbides will let us get rid of those stumps. And then in areas where we can't use that big excavator, we can use this and then be able to keep it manageable.
Get with me and I would donate one of those pieces for that Bobcat.
So are you asking this of us before the summer hits? Or?
No, well, there's a 4 to 6 week lead time. I've had personal experience with this company, and that's one of the reasons why I recommended them, because they done me pretty good on my end. But they stand behind their product and they build a good product. But as far as cost wise, I haven't been able to find one that heavy for that price. so there is a lead time on them, but I think when I bought mine, I had to pay for it up front. But it's something that, yes, it'd be great if we had it right now. I don't know if they all have it in their budgets, but with the cost of the machine or the attachment and the door was looking at $8,000, so $2,000 a piece. If he takes the door off,
Yeah.
you know, if that door, that glass, that polycarbonate he's got will work, then that'd be $800 off that.
What brand is our?
Bobcat.
It is a Bobcat?
So it's
Get with
$250.
me afterwards, because I've got another avenue, just
Okay.
throwing it out there.
Okay.
Keep
So,
in
I mean-
mind also, you still need to have 3 of the,
Oh, yeah.
prices and stuff
Yeah.
through. You get still recommendation because you're not comparing apples to apples.
Yeah, I've got a couple other companies I'll get some printouts on too.
Yep.
So, but I'm just something to think about when, I mean, it'd be nice if we had it right now, but it's not something we have to have before the new budget, so, but each one of them 4 departments should add a couple thousand in, that way it doesn't hit, you know, any one department, and they're all gonna be used. So I just, instead of waiting to bring it up to last, I figured I'd bring it up at the first one, and then y'all keep that in mind for whenever those other departments come in.
Be handy on the creek, trying to clear flooding problems.
Yes.
Anybody else have anything to add?
Couple dates for
Okay.
community betterment. The 16th, we're having a Linehan meal, free meal at the community center. Starts at 4:30 till 8. And then, like he said, Saturday, the 20th and 21st, we're doing the downtown cleanup. So any volunteers that want to come down and help us out? Think of me.
Out of town.
No, first.
Be out of state.
Okay, there's nothing else that you remind me to talk about. Okay, now besides those dates and June 2nd, don't forget June 2nd, Aaron Tippett concert, football field. We're gonna probably go into closed session shortly to do some interviewing. And the people that are here for the interviews, I'd like you to stay for just a little bit, and the rest when we go into closed session, after we have a few-minute recess, then the rest of you can leave. Is there anything else I'm missing? Anybody, anything? So, anyone here for an interview, be sure to stay. Okay, so we'll have a 5-minute recess right now, and then after that, if you guys vote for going into a closed session, we need that.
Make a motion that we adjourn and go into closed session pursuant to RSMO 610.021.
Vote.
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, 5-minute recess. In session, back in session. Okay. All right, we did our interviews, and do we need a motion to what we are doing or not doing?
The only motion that we need is the one that was selected, the others will go for another interview process, and that doesn't mean anything else this time.
Yes, the marketing director has been determined that we have selected a few that will come on for a second interview, which will be in approximately 2 weeks when we determine that date. And the next one, we have, if we have a motion as to hiring a city clerk, I'm open for motion.
I make a motion that we hire Sarah Chowning for the position of city clerk.
I'll second that.
Second, any discussion? Linda?
Aye.
Aye.
Brenda?
Aye.
It's official, you'll be our full-time clerk. We will probably, will we have to re-swear her in?
Probably need,
Can we do that at City Hall during the day?
I think you have to get that from the county clerk.
Either that or a judge.
Yeah.
Which court?
Next
Actually,
week.
I don't know if we need to redo, do we?
She's been sworn in, so.
Yeah, as interim.
as-
Yeah, if you've only been sworn as interim, I would think that you would need to be sworn as permanent.
We'll let the attorney look into that and get back to us.
Or you can, I can just call the county clerk and she can tell us whether she needs to swear you in again or not.
Okay.
And if so, we can always have Judge Hass do that next week or whatever.
I think Corn is the day is that?
I know, I'm meeting with people tomorrow, so it's next Wednesday.
It's the 17th, yeah.
And, okay, that's done. And then the other interviewees on the marketing director will be notified as to when and where to come in for a second interview.
And then anybody that turned in an application, they'll be on file for any positions that come forward, especially those that didn't make it through the interview or didn't go to the interview.
Should we instruct the clerk to call the ones that did not make it, that aren't, that were not?
I would, yeah, because
Let them know, so they're not waiting.
actually,
wondering.
it'll have to be, Eddie will have to give the information down as far as for her, because she wasn't in as far as those
Yeah.
areas, so she
Yeah.
doesn't know. But, yeah, it'll have to come from as far as the operations manager or yourself.
We'll take care of that during the day. Is there
Eddie didn't
anything
say
else
that.
other unfinished
He
business?
can't be trusted
In
on his own.
any other unfinished business?
Okay, good.
Oh, yes, we need to set a date for the next meeting. What would you like for, how's your calendars looking? Because we're gonna try to make it for 2 weeks from now so we can work on the budgeting.
It needs to be a Tuesday or a Wednesday in my calendar, how's that?
I agree on both of those.
I don't have a problem at all with Wednesdays, and I can probably make Tuesdays.
The 23rd or 24th, is that what we're looking for?
Wednesday would be a problem for people going to church.
Yeah, let's do
I can't do Wednesday.
Let's do the 23rd. If that works for everybody.
I'm good.
There's not gonna be a 6 o'clock.
Whoever decides their budget's.
6 o'clock, yes. 6 o'clock, so
How many,
in agreement, 6 o'clock, okay.
how many people do you want me to get?
Depends on what budgets and stuff
Okay.
you're talking. If you're looking at the big ones like electric or streets, just do 2.
Okay.
And it'd be better to split those up between some of the smaller ones like senior citizen, the senior center, I keep messing up, library or,
Okay, I just
Yeah.
wanted to, because I know we've got a lot to do, and I just wanted to kind of gauge that out, okay.
And as far as I know, we will not be re-interviewing yet that night,
no.
because we still have other
Yeah,
stuff to do,
yeah.
okay. And then, did we finish stuff? No, you're gonna do this, we need to put this on the agenda.
Agenda for
Okay,
it.
the Horner Schifrin?
That's,
Corner shift.
and also the one from the pool, adding in the ordinance and the.
Yeah, someone will just give me whatever they want in their rates.
They need to come in and see.
They gotta have prices.
Yeah, yeah, you gotta have, they have them come in and see both of them, so that way. And, Sarah will be.
I think everything else is gonna come in tomorrow at 1 o'clock, so we can go over the budget anyway.
Right.
Thank
There
you.
was something, but I
Yeah,
don't.
make sure they understand that at least 3.
Okay, Thursday, they just call
Like I
city
said,
hall.
when you go through and argue it, if they don't compare, you can list them.
Agree with all the different,
Because they're looking at swimsuit pricing and stuff too.
Okay, is there any other unfinished business or for the good of the order?
Make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Adjourned.
That's so quick, I didn't have